20%. Dampening and Splice are hanging in there, trying to pull it off. Rain from above is the last attack Thugonomics is probably going to get in this match, and if it doesn't find the kill, there's no way they can turn it around. Will they be able to? Maylol managed to get half mana though. How did he find the time to get that? That mana is going to be critical for them to hang.
Range region, which is going to heal, but Jamili is at 20%. He's in execute range. The dampening is starting to ramp up. A nice double mind bomb once again with a silence onto Maylol. Should be creating some pressure. It looks like the swap is onto On Your Feet. Going into Trinket and Wall. I think that's a good choice. Every CDA was used by No Filter right now. And On Your Feet just decides to respond with it. The swap is back onto LeBron James. Actually, the Spurs is not available, I assume. And he actually just flops in just a quick swap from the team of
once
No
again,
Filter.
Down to 20% HP. No mana left in the tank. If Previ and LeBron James can keep up this consistent pressure, I don't think May is going to be able to heal through this whatsoever with no mana. It's just a matter of time before this game ends.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, the Mind Bomb now is going to be full into Maylol's skin. It's going to be fading down to 20%. Dampening is at 20%. The healing is just not going to be enough. Maylol is going to go down. A good effort, none the least. They still had a Spirit Link, of course, but they did force a good amount of cooldown. It's just, as we said, yeah, on top of that, the dampening is ramping up. I feel like they still have an opportunity to kill On Your Feet. I think that's what they're trying to do right now. Full leg sweep is up. We'll see actually the artifact. Blood Elf Sounds, they want to put everything. Astral Shift is used. Link on top of that. I think On Your Feet did a good choice. He just wants to make sure he's not dying right here because he knows that Maylol is totally out of cooldown. They also use Touch of Karma right now, so as long as they can survive for at least 20 seconds, I feel like the team of No Filter should be dying. This Moonkin pressure and Shadow Priest pressure should be finishing them off. I feel like Maylol doesn't have any cooldowns left. He just armbarked himself. He has nothing for Vice. Of course, the rallying cry, the commanding shroud, sorry, is going to be popped, but I feel like they have nothing left in the tank. But On Your Feet actually has to deal with some interrupts. He gets locked. DR, Stormbolt might actually finish him off. The off heals actually not coming out from LeBron James, and it might actually be a cross kill.
Cross kill, and now May and Vices going up against Previ and LeBron James. May completely out of mana though. If he had mana, this would be an easy 2v2. He needs to somehow stabilize LeBron James pulling back, but I think he needs to try to get aggressive, getting that damage out onto Vice, and I think this might just be it. Vice does have some self-healing. The full moon, though, going to be connecting out onto May. The silence as well. Looks like Bucktooth Clams has us in the bag. Can May survive just a little bit longer? That is the full silence. He displaces away. Can he get the healing on himself? How is May still alive? The Cyclone out onto him. Ironbark over on Vices. It's swapped over on Vices, and now May will be taken down. LeBron James getting dangerously low, though. Very close. A swap over out onto On Your Feet. He's going to be using that Astral Shift to prevent some of this incoming damage. Bash over onto Tellerine, though, and actually gets annihilated. What just happened? He went from 50% to 0 in a bash. The full moon, I believe, connects from Previ. They have their bubble still. Avenged Crusader is going to be available. Wealthy Man caught into that full leg sweep, though. This could just be it. Versace not going to use his bubble a little bit too late.
Damage on his Paladin.
Yep, absolutely. And Volkazar still in a lot of trouble. Wasn't actually able to use his Presence of Mind procs. He still has 2 of them up, so he has a little bit of damage. But he's just focusing on surviving right now. The only defensive cooldown he's going to have available is that Mass Invis and Temporal Shield coming up very, very shortly for him. But I think it's going to be pretty easy for Nesper and Wealthy Man to push through that if they can get any more CC out onto May. Tranquility is used. Volkazar into the full kitty shot. He's just having such a hard time getting out that damage. Wealthy Man taking quite a bit of damage as well, though. Getting smoked right now, down to 20% HP, 10% HP. Versace actually just spam helium in bubble, but it's not enough. But Volkazar,
very dangerous spot. Full clone to Versace. He has no cooldowns. I think Wealthy is going to go down. Gets incap very low. I don't think it's going to matter. Sack is not available. 5% HP. He's actually surviving somehow. Versace spamming the Light of the Martyr. Not enough. And he's going to go down. That Relentless doing work, able to get the sack off. But now, is he able to actually top Wealthy up? I'm not sure. Avenging is up in 14 seconds. He has been doing a great job so far. Actually, a nice big heal is going to top him back off. Nice leg sweep too, coming from SSJ Best World. Volkers are now onto trouble. Has no block. And actually, may actually go down. He actually nothing left in the tank. Maylol has to actually cast some heals. Cenarian Ward is coming up. A nice blind is going to be also going down to Maylol. Kidney DR is going to be onto Volkers. I think he's in big trouble. SSJ Best World is cheap at the same time, but some nice healing coming up from his team, and a nice CS from Volkers that's going to stop some of that onslaught from the Wealthy.
Yeah, both teams are basically running on fumes in terms of defensives right now. May caught into that Hodge. There was no follow-up CC. He did a good job shifting into that Bearform. Tranquility going to be used by May as well. Touch of Death on a Wealthy Man. This could be the game. Takes him down to 19% HP. Versace into that bash, into the DR in cap. Combustion going to be used by Wealthy Man. He wants to get aggressive. Looks like it is dispelled by Volkazar, though. and Wealthy Man's gonna get smoked. Volkazar.
And trying to connect. Nice temporal shield here from Volkazar will deny a lot of damage as it looks like he's setting up his Mark of a Lunith. Valido AMS is the Mark of a Lunith right away, immunes all of that damage. And now Chun-Li is in trouble. There's no Touch of Karma available, and he's getting bursted down incredibly hard. Boom, headshot, Arcane Barrage takes him down for the kill, and No Filter, despite being far behind throughout the earlier stages of the match, do find victory. And game number 1 to keep his team topped off. He's looking for a Cyclone, not able to find it just yet as he does get paralyzed. Looks like they might actually try to go after Maylol. No, they're going to stun him up, try to go after the Arcane Mage, but Valido is stunned in the middle of the map. That's not where you want to be against an Arcane Mage. If Volkazar can get any burst off, but Chun-Li's peeling him off with the stuns for now as Valido marches forward. Novos in a good defensive position to avoid crowd control, but they don't even need crowd control. Volkazar is annihilating both Valido and Chun-Li down to half. Novos really struggling. We're going to be moving into dampening in about 30 seconds. Mark of a Lunith has been activated. Let's see how much burst they can really get onto Chun-Li. They've comboed it with the Touch of Death. Paralyze on Novos. Maylol trying to move in for a Cyclone, not able to find it. Gets shut down by Chun-Li's paralyzed. Well done protecting Novos there. Now Chun-Li moves in towards Volkazar. Wraithwalk gets Fists of Fury. Good shutdown from Tellerine on that mobility cooldown. Chun-Li and Valido just can't connect. They're going to line aside Novos with the waterfall. If they push him, he just might go down. 14% HP remaining. So much damage coming out from No Filter. Maylol trying to dead zone Novos on the pillar, looking to Cyclone him as soon as he comes out in the open.
Yeah, Volkazar is getting shut down so much, but he's still able to pull out so much damage despite being tunnel all game. I think it has to do with SSJ Best World also having that Fist of Fury every 25 seconds, just kind of peeling these melees off. A nice Dark Sim by Valido to see if he actually stole something useful. Chun-Li gets cloned up. Maylol doing a good job just kind of keeping his mage away from trouble. Iceblock's actually back off again, so this game has been going on for quite some time now. So Volkazar is going to be fine. Touch of Death is used. Temporal Shield was used right before. A good Temporal Shield is going to save him from this next CC chain on his healer. And Volkazar, just as I was saying, just doing so much pressure, even though being a tunnel. The Armbark is now used on top of him. And I'm not sure if mana's going to come into effect, but as you can see, Novos is definitely a bit more out of mana than Maylol on the other side, so we'll have to see how long this game can keep on going. We are into dampening, and Chun-Li is getting chucked down. Right now, Touch of Karma is of course available, and cooldowns are kind of even, I would say, on both team, and if there's anything's going to happen, it may have to come down to mana.
Yep, I mean, Valido right now is the weakest defensively with no Icebound Fortitude, so he won't be able to break the stun lock to activate his more important defensive cooldowns like AMS, so he needs to be careful. Here comes one stun lock chain. Chun-Li peels off Volkazar with a leg sweep of his own, so good cross stuns from Chun-Li to prevent Valido from going down, but he still may even just fall. He's down at half. Novos is really struggling here. Maylol moving in travel form. He wants to start some control on Novos, not really able to find it, still just dead zoning him behind the box. Valido getting bursted. He goes for that Dark Simulacron. I'm really not sure if he stole anything too useful there, but it looks like Tellerine setting up for the kill. Stun on Valido. He has no way to get out. 30% HP remaining, getting cleaved. Touch of Death is about to trigger. How much damage will it do? Paralyze on Novos. Maylol in position to maybe get a Cyclone. Full Cyclone. Valido activates the Corpse Shield. That will buy him a little bit of time for now, but he needs a lot more than a little. 30%, 15% HP remaining, and Novos is struggling. He's just barely able to hang on. They're trying to get a kill on Tellerine at the same time, but there's not enough to keep them going. They ran out of steam, and No Filter are going to claim game number 2.
Ergonomics loves to swap onto healers and burst them down, so he's definitely cautious to make sure that he can gain some benefit from that talent tree. I think that's a smart decision. But we can see the Windwalker Monk Tellerine charging in towards the Demon Hunter. He's going to be focusing on Thugonomics, I would imagine, but Chun-Li slows him down with a Paralyze of his own. Chun-Li retreating back to the pillar. Volkazar's in stealth. They want to try and break up the crowd control from the beginning of the match. Mark of a Lunith actually used on a Novos. They're looking for an early kill onto him. He retreats away. Chi torpedoes across the map. It doesn't look like Tellerine can follow up with any stun, so that's going to be completely wasted. Not a very good start here for Volkazar.
Yeah, absolutely. Now the pressure is on to I forgot his name. Sorry. So Thugonomics on that Demon Hunter actually had to fly into the air. He's using that last row of talent. Actually using the blur too. So many CDs used. On top of that, the cocoon might have been slightly overlapped with the blur, but so many cooldowns used. But then again, those were the offensive cooldowns from the team of No Filter. We'll have to see if Splice can pull out throughout the next onslaught. But as I said, so many cooldowns were used, and now the Metamorphosis was used by Thugonomics, putting so much pressure onto Volkazar. He's able to keep up, but Maylol is just going to pop that broccoli form, and I think he's just going to be able to top Volkazar very, very soon.
Yep, Chun-Li forced to use his Touch of Karma. No Filter seem to be doing so much more pressure. We see Touch of Death on Volkazar as Chun-Li looks desperately to get his Ice Block. Will they have enough damage to find it? No. And now Thugonomics is in trouble. He's on the run, Vengeful retreating away, Fell rushing behind the pillar, but Tellerine is in hot pursuit. He does get imprisoned.
They will slow him down for now, but he manages to get a paralyze on Novos. Chun-Li now getting bursted down and soloed by Volkazar. SSJ Bestworld moves in for the kill. Leg sweep followed up by the Fist of Fury. Mark of Alunith is up. They're looking to just blow Chun-Li out of the map. He ports away, rolls to the side of the tomb, but that's not enough. Volkazar could finish him off. Novos unable to connect the heals. He desperately trying to get them in some crowd control. He paralyzes SSJ Bestworld. Chun-Li still on the run, manages to barely get out of line of sight in time, but now he gets cloned up at low HP. He desperately wants to get back to Novos. Maylol knows that. Maylol's moving in towards Novos to maybe look for a Cyclone. They're going to paralyze Novos. If he gets the Cyclone out of this, it could be the end of the match. He goes for the bash. Chun-Li shuts down Maylol with the Fist of Fury. They need to stop that Cyclone. Novos needs to get some heals going here. Touch of Karma is available in another 25 seconds. No Filter turn their attention to Thugonomics on the Demon Hunter, bursting him down to 30% already. Fist of Fury follows it up. Blur has been activated as Novos is struggling to heal through the pressure.
Yeah, Nova is struggling so hard. I mean, he has to deal with a CS on top of all the incoming CCs and the damage. He actually gets full clone. Nice job by Maylol. Touch of Karma is available in 4 seconds for Chun-Li. So he's trying to retreat here with that Tiger's Lust. A Deer clone, just Maylol is just being so aggressive right now. He feels that his team is in a leading position. Touch of Karma now comes back up, fused by Chun-Li instantly. We see the incap onto Novos. That is the Mistweaver Monk to trying to do his best to top his teammates back off. And now the pressure is onto Volkazar once again. But Volkazar just has been doing a good job as well defensively. I mean, he rotates the temporal shield pretty well. Every time there's any type of CC on his healer, he just activates the temporal shield and just able to survive every offensive go. As I say that, he is the Nemesis and the Metamorphosis from Thugonomics. A lot of damage is coming out, but Maylol puts the armbar, so should be able to top his mage off.
Now Volkazar leading the charge with the Mark of Alunith. He does get stunned by Thugonomics. They're trying to peel off that burst for now. Maylol in the meantime caught into a leg sweep. Thugonomics takes the time to go to the skies, dishing out those Fell Lances. Touch of Death is about to trigger on Volkazar. It could be a lot of bursts. Down to 20%. No Iron Bark available. No Tree Form available. Maylol needs to hard cast Regrowth to recover. He activates his artifact weapon to boost his hots there as well, as he's looking for a Cyclone. Not able to find it. He's going to get paralyzed. Chun-Li doesn't really have many defensive cooldowns. He needs to be careful. He's down to half. He's desperately trying to get the Ice Block, but he needs to pull away. Now he's caught into the stun. This could just be the end of the match if Volkazar can dish out the pain. It looks like he's not able to follow it up just yet. SSJ Bestworld not able to solo Chun-Li. Volkazar activating that arcane power and temporal shield, so wants to get offensive and make sure he's safe at the same time. Temporal shield heals him back to full. She's trying to kite away, trying to pull Novos off of that pillar so they can get some crowd control. Thugonomics now getting swapped to. He's down to below half HP already. Maylol is trying to sit down for a drink, actually. He's actually falling behind on mana, so he may want to try and find that in a little bit here. Novos on the pillar does get full polymorph. Thugonomics could be in danger here. Blur is available as he gets a Fist of Fury. He trinkets out, Fell rushes back. I believe he was able to maybe reverse magic. He reverse magics the polymorph, gets Novos out, but now Tellurian's going to even attack Novos. That removes his Vim and Vigor. I would actually maybe like to see them do that a little more. If they can get rid of that Vim and Vigor boost of healing, I'm able to burst down another target instead. But in the meantime, Splice are turning it around. Volkazar is down to 20%. Ice Block has been forced in a critical overlap with Iron Bark. They switch their attention to Tellurian. He's down to 20%. This could easily be Touch of Karma. 14%. He's ballsy move, trying to hold on to it. Activates the Touch of Karma and will recover. But now Tree Form is the only defense for No Filter.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, the block was forced. It's basically no CC onto Maylol, and that is kind of huge. So the next time the Metamorphosis comes up, which should be in a few seconds right now with the Nemesis, it may actually actually get a kill onto Volkazar. A Tree Form is available, so as long as Maylol can get out of that CC, he also has a Trinket available. He should be able to top his mage back off. As I say that, here's a double leg sweep. Touch of Death is used by SSJ Bestworld onto Thugonomics. He should be fine though. Blur is available. He's actually decided to use that Darkness. A nice full clone by Maylol, still playing really offensive in these times. I like it. Arcane Power was also used by Volkazar, just trying to get some pressure here onto Thugonomics, but looks like Novos is doing a good job just healing through it. As I say that, a lot of damage is coming onto him. He still has that Demon Leap available, and here's the Metamorphosis. Blood of Silence cannot use. Actually, Temporal Shield is not available, but Armbark is going to be used.
What is that damage? No Filter bursting down both members of Splice below half HP. Novos activates the Revival and gets that Dragon into the fight to heal his team back up to full. They will recover for now. Maylol caught into a Paralyze. They don't have any follow-up really to do as far as crowd control. And with Tree Form up, I don't think they're going to be able to kill Volkazar. Maylol actually going for a cheeky drink in the middle of the map. He manages to find a stealth drink, and he may come out of this with full mana, which is critical moving into Dampening. He got 60% tied with Novos at least. So well done from Maylol actually finding a drink there. I don't think Splice were expecting it. Volkazar, though, down to half. He needs to be careful. He may need to start doing some evasive maneuvers as both players get stunned up. Volkazar blinks away. He may be trying to look for a polymorph on Novos, but I feel like he's in too fragile of a position. Ironbark is his only line of defense from Maylol. They need to be careful. Chun-Li caught into a Fist of Fury. It looks like they're setting up a kill on him, down to half, going for that Mark of a Lunith, but he gets imprisoned on the Mark of a Lunith. He's able to follow it up, and it looks like Thugonomics goes to the sky on the Mark of a Lunith to prevent himself from being stunned, so that was a nice preemptive play. He dishes out free damage to Volkazar, gets him down to half, but with that temporal shield negating all that rain from above burst, Volkazar is completely fine. Now we can see Thugonomics, maybe he wants to pull back now, charging back in. Tellurine's on his back. Blur is available, Touch of Karma available in 15 seconds, so if Splice can hang on for another 12 seconds or so, they're looking to be in a good position. They've got both SSJ and Volkazar caught into a stun, paralyzed on May, but he pre-ironbarked the paralyzed, so Volkazar will be very tanky as a result. Well done from Maylol there, and Volkazar should be able to keep this fight going. Chun-Li getting cloned up, burst followed up towards Thugonomics. He vengeful retreats away, trying to kite SSJ Best World. Mark of a Lunith is available here shortly if Volkazar decides to activate it, which could be very scary. Touch of Death has been used. They're unleashing the assault towards Thugonomics. Life Cocoon is used. They can cut through that so easily. It's like it wasn't even there. Novo's caught in a bash. Maylol looking for a Cyclone, but he gets shut down by the Imprison. Now caught into a stun. Good reverse. It looks like they're going to swap to the Resto Druid. Maylol try and pull off a miracle. They're not going to find it. And now Thugonomics maybe interested in retreating. It looks like they're just going to keep going out. They're going to attack Maylol and Volkazar and go for a split strategy.
Yeah, it seemed very, very hard for the team of Splice to kind of catch on that mage, but when they do, they actually get so much pressure. Nice sheep onto Chun-Li. Now, the blur has to be activated by Thugonomics, but no other CDs are available. He's going to have to deal with a CS2 at some point here. Let's see if he actually gets interrupted. Looks like no, he's using that pillar to line of sight and not get interrupted. Now, I like the choice of Thugonomics to kind of retreat behind the pillar. I think they have a pretty good attempt. Actually, a stun is going to be used. He pops in Metamorphosis.
Ooh.
Nemesis, every CD is used onto Volkazar. Maylol's going to have to do some work if he wants to top his mage up, but a nice Cyclone is actually going to shut down completely that Metamorphosis, even though a full sheep was used on the same time onto Novos, and now the whole team of No Filter is slowly dropping down. They actually used the Nemesis onto Maylol. I think they want to try and connect to him. A nice rain from above from the Demon Hunter is going to be able to survive for a few seconds, but Armbark was also used onto Volkazar. Block is not available for another minute, but I think he should be fine as the Armbark is slowly fading off.
Yep, Thugonomics is the one that needs to be careful. He's down at about half. Novos is lower on mana as we move into dampening, and this is their last chance. They stun up Maylol. Looks like they're going for the solo kill over on the Maylol, but they're not going to find it. SSJ Best World offensively Touch of Karma into Thugonomics. They're looking to kill him right here and now. He still has Blur available, so I don't think they're going to be able to find that kill necessarily. Novos is struggling to heal through the pressure. Blur is activated. They paralyze SSJ Best World as Thugonomics is on the retreat. Life Cocoon has been activated to buy him a little bit more time. It looks like Volkazar is the target for now. Nope, Thugonomics jumping right back onto that Resto Druid. He wants that Druid dead. Will he be able to find it? It's very offensive for him to be doing this, and it looks like Tellurine's going to shut him down with the Fist of Fury. Chun-Li getting cloned up in the center of the map. Mark of a Lunith is activated. Thugonomics is in midfield. So much burst is going to follow it up. He needs to be careful. Novos needs to pick him back up, but there's nothing left. Touch of Death is about to tick, and Thugonomics could easily go down. The Touch of Death ticks. He's down to 20%. Novos is somehow keeping him alive. I don't know. He's healing him while he's playing so offensive. He uses the rain from above to avoid SSJ Best World's attacks, launch some Fell Lances towards Volkazar's. Chun-Li may look for a stun setup. They've got Volkazar down to half, but his Ice Block is now available. It's looking better and better for No Filter.
Yeah, that rain up from above from the Demon Hunter is just doing so much work. Basically, the only thing saving him, I feel like, most of the time now, Chun-Li activates the Touch of Karma onto Volkazar. Volkazar is slowly dropping. He does have the Ice Block as we see the Incap onto his healer, Maylol. Also has that tree form available, but mana it might be an issue for Novos. Look at the mana actually. SSG base Horse caught into the stun. Doesn't have Touch of Karma for a few seconds. As long as Maylol can top of his team, I feel like the team of Splice may actually go down. They are down 2-0 right now, so they actually have to win this game if they want to have a chance to remain in this tournament. And now we see the Touch of Karma once again used by SSJ Base World. Nemesis is used. Metamorphosis is used. Let's see who the pressure is going to be. Honestly, it's going to be into Volkazar, but he activates a temp shield, a big temp shield. I think Thugonomics is going to go down 2% health. What can Novos do? He's totally
Oh my god, he's just running away from the Zwen Tiger. Zwen might kill him behind the pillar. Life Cocoon saves him for now, but Chun-Li has nothing, and Chun-Li's caught in the center field. SSJ Best World is down to half. Both teams could just go down. The healers have nothing left in terms of mana. Thugonomics is trying to avoid the stuns, but Chun-Li's getting bursted. Mark of a Lunith is about to tick, and he's going to go down 10% HP remaining. Not able to finish him off. He rolls away. Volkazar still under pressure. Tree form from Maylol, but he has no mana to heal for it. He's just a broccoli running around. We can see Thugonomics going up into the air, trying to launch some Fell Lances to finish off Volkazar. He forces the Ice Block, and this match is still anyone's.
Novos getting paralyzed. He's only got 5% mana remaining. The Innervate from Maylol buys him enough mana to top his team off, which may be the winning factor here as they look to push Evocate from Volkazar. He's trying to get his mana back to lead a damage charge. Mark of Alunith is available. Touch of Death is coming up in 1 more second, and Blur was activated right as the burst is about to come. Will it be enough to finish him? Novos caught in a paralyzed Fist of Fury towards Thugonomics, and that Blur is his last line of defense. Will it be enough? 30%. He's leading the charge. He's just reckless abandon, trying to get the kill onto Volkazar. He's giving it all. He's got 5% HP remaining. Hell, Arcane Barrage doesn't finish him off. 2% remaining, barely gets behind the pillar, but Novos is caught in the stun. Maylol looks for the Cyclone. He fakes the Demon Hunter kick. He goes for it again, not able to find it, and now Thugonomics is hiding for his life, but that triple Fist of Fury should be the final stun to nail this match. Mark of Alunith is up over onto Chun-Li. Thugonomics is just double jumping around the map to try and stay alive, but at this point, they're just flailing around trying to stay in it. I don't know if they can ever pull this back. Chun-Li's got nothing left, and Chun-Li could go down. Life Cocoon from Novos is their last line of defense. 44% dampening, and Splice are hanging in there, trying to pull it off. Rain from above is the last attack Thugonomics is probably going to get in this match, and if it doesn't find the kill, there's no way they can turn it around. Will they be able to? Volkazar down to half. Maylol managed to get half mana, though. How did he find the time to get that? That mana is going to be critical for them to hang in, and Chun-Li's down to 9%. He's hanging on by a thread. Novos is caught into a paralyzed. I can't believe how long Splice are hanging on.
Yeah, absolutely. The drink from Maylol may actually have saved them. He has the full bash onto Thugonomics, activates the trinket, but Chun-Li doesn't have touch of cover for 10 seconds. Can they actually get a kill somehow onto Volkazar? I'm not sure. I mean, Maylol is out of mana, but dampening is so high. Chun-Li is surely going to go down. 10% health. Arcane Barrow's coming in. 1% health. And I think Chun-Li is dead. 1% casting a fuse. And that's going to be it. 50% dampening.
I don't know. Maylol's spamming. He gets paralyzed.
I wonder if anyone's going to play around that. I wouldn't imagine so. Fury Warriors are known for decimating mages. Windwalker Monk can hold the mage in place for the warrior, but however, as a melee cleave, you're highly susceptible to Frost Novas and Polymorphs, and we can see the Bells taking full advantage. Everyone in CC. Vice is in a 3v1. He Stormbolts up Peekaboo to try and deny the sap, but he goes for the kidney shot instead. SSJ sets up a double leg sweep. Vice is popping the Avatar Recklessness, trying to burst down somebody very quickly in the opener, but he holds on to his Odin's Fury, actually now activating it, really not connecting too much damage with it, unfortunately. Jamili pulling back. They clone up Vices on the remaining cooldowns there, denying his damage. And Gareki's Cyclones are just constant. Unless No Filter can find a way to punish these Cyclones and try and stop them, I feel like Gareki's just going to walk all over them.
Yeah, I think so. And one interesting note, actually Maylol gets put into the full bash. See if any more CC can come out. Looks like no for now. Jamili's into trouble, and Jamili's actually playing the greater Pyro spec. I mean, I feel like if the Fury were in a Windwalker Monk, it's going to be very hard. Dropping so low, actually. The Swiftman comes in. DR cycle for Maylol. Actually going to find to cauterize, maybe into a block to Rigors are coming out, but the block is going to be forced.
I think the greater Pyro is kind of troll. I think he's trying to take advantage that the Fury Warrior has literally 1 million more health than everyone else in the game, so if greater power will do a lot of damage, but he can't even get it off. Peekaboo's just going to die. Vices is just going to kill him.
The deal against a team that will just shut down Jamili as much, so it's really going to depend on how much the Bells can actually get that effective CC going on. It may be a bit harder with a Windwalker and a Fear Warrior just constantly on that Fire Mage. So we'll have to see. Actually, Vice is getting a Jamili out of stealth. So a great opener from the team of No Filter. Decide to open on that Fury Warrior, but he's also
nice.
very tanky. The pre-arm bark, of course, before the blind should save Vices.
Yeah, that was a nice play from Maylol. He's able to sit through that blind sap combination quite comfortably. Vice is activating his Odin's Fury, looking for an early kill on Jamili. Jamili blinks away and avoids that incoming pressure. Gareki activates his Innervate to get a lot of free bonus healing. As Maylol crosses the map, Gareki blinks away. Gareki needs to avoid Maylol's Cyclone as much as possible. Jamili and Peekaboo dead zoning Maylol. He's not able to push into that room. Good protection from the Bells so far on Gareki. Gareki cloning SSJ. They're trying to pause out some of this incoming pressure. They polymorph Vices, but the Bells really have no secure kill target. They're constantly going after this Fury Warrior. Really, the only damaging spell that they have that can really punch through is the Cold Blood from the Rogue, the Honor Talent Cold Blood, but it's a 1 minute cooldown, so every minute they might be able to kill this Fury Warrior before dampening. I feel like they definitely need dampening to kill through the self-healing if they are going to find it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be very, very tough. On top of that, the Fear Warrior just has so much self healing. We see the double fear from Vices. Honestly, Vices, even though
Oh,
actually, you see the full neck sweep,
oh.
Peekaboo in the trinket. A nice reflex though from Gorecki. He's going to trinket and use that arm bark onto Peekaboo. So a good choice here by him is going to save his rogue for now. Now we see the Kinney and the cheap shot onto Vices. Vices is going to be popping the Bloodthirst. That actually heals him a lot. Overgrowth is used on top of the Broccoli form. Tree of Life, of course, is used here by Maylol. Should be able to top his Fury Warrior very, very shortly. Of course, there's no Mortal Strike effect on that subtlety rogue, so even though they have a lot of CC, it's actually quite easy for Maylol to heal through this damage.
Yep, so Peekaboo has no trinket, Jamili has no trinket, and Gorecki has no trinket. Odin's Fury for Vices is coming up in 8 seconds. He's on full polymorph DR. If they can catch Peekaboo in a stun and Gorecki in a stun or a paralyze, Peekaboo will just evaporate from the arena. They Stormbolt Gorecki, which means they won't have that available for Peekaboo. So they're kind of giving away the kill on the rogue. It looks like they want to commit to Jamili and play the longer game. They're going to leg sweep Jamili, commit the Odin's Fury, but he gets stunned up. Now leaving that, Jamili getting bursted down to half. Iron Bark deflects a bit of this damage, but even with Iron Bark, Jamili's still in a bit of danger. Blinks away, but SSJ right in his face. Double Frost Nova. Maylol caught into a DR stun. They aren't going to be able to follow that up with any control. Jamili seems to be recovering for now. Blinks away, polymorphs the Windwalker. Polymorphs him again on the Dispel, trying to get control of the fight. They Stormbolt Peekaboo. Unfortunately, not able to swap or even get his trinket. I feel like there was a missed opportunity there to try and kill Peekaboo from No Filter.
Yeah, I think so too. And it looks like the strategy of No Filter is to simply kind of just dampen Jamili and them. It feels like Jamili is just having such a hard time to actually get any CC, get any damage out. Actually, Touch of Karma used kind of preemptively. I think he just wanted to use it just to make sure that he's fine. May not have had to use it, even though that was the combustion from Jamili. That is a 2-minute CD for that Fire Mage. Actually, the full Leximo to Jamili. He's stuck in that. Armberg, though, I think was actually just previously used. Yes, it was indeed. So Jamili should be fine as we see the incap onto Gorecki. But look at Gorecki's mana. I think it actually may come down to mana. Eventually, like the team of the Bells will be running if this pressure just keeps going on.
Yep, Touch of Death on Jamili from SSJ. Just trying to use Touch of Death on cooldown, get as much pressure as often as possible so they can burn through Gorecki's mana. Gorecki had a really good innervate at the start of the match. This is also a really good innervate. Oh, but they paralyze on him. He's not going to be able to capitalize, and Jamili's in trouble. Down to half, Stormbolt on Gorecki. Gorecki trinkets out, connects the Cenarian Ward, heals Jamili back to full. Kidney shot on Vices, cheap shot on Maylol. Jamili moves in to try and get a polymorph. Not able to find it, though. Wasn't able to get in line of sight in time, so Maylol no longer controlled. Tops off his team quite easily. They need to make sure that Gorecki doesn't drink. Gorecki is in a good position to drink. He's running into the room. That's what they may be trying to set up. Maybe he just wants to position away. Jamili blinks back. The Zwen is out. Vices leaps in for the kill. Avatar gets popped. Odin's Fury is coming up in 1 second, and Jamili could just get evaporated. He misses the Odin's Fury. No, he hasn't committed the Odin's Fury just yet. He charges in, fears them up, commits the battle cry, but gets kidney shot on it. Well done from Peekaboo. It buys Jamili a couple extra seconds. They Dragon Breath them out. Jamili's trying to hold on to that cauterize as much as possible. Odin's Fury popped, paralyzed on Gorecki, but they managed to hold on to it for a little bit longer. Gorecki desperately trying to keep the cauterize. They proc the cauterize regardless. Charge over onto Jamili. This could still be the ice block. Gorecki struggling to heal through the pressure. Lands a Cyclone on Maylol as they try to reverse the pressure. SSJ committed his Touch of Karma there, so he could be exposed for a potential kill.
Yeah, Peekaboo just did such a good job peeling. Unfortunately, not enough to save the cauterize from Jamili, and I feel that's just kind of bound to happen. I feel like the Bells are such in a dangerous situation now. I mean, Maylol has every cooldown available for his team. Of course, SSJ Best World doesn't have that Touch of Karma, but I feel like he should be fine. Honestly, Vices just has the peel necessary to peel for his Windwalker, and same with the Windwalker.
That was a nice vortex on Gorecki there. He vortexed him back and bashed him, but he was caught into a polymorph. Now Gorecki might be able to capitalize on this. They sap him. He's in position to go for a Cyclone, but he gets paralyzed. Jamili gets committed with the Odin's Fury. They're trying to get Ice Block here. Kidney shot on Maylol's Tree Form Innervate. Nice kidney shot from Peekaboo. That's going to deny some free healing, but even without the Innervate, Maylol's basically at full mana. I think at this point, the Bells are going to try and look for a swap. They managed to bait the Tree Form out from Maylol, so they could come back to him later. Thorns has been used here by Gorecki, trying to get some counter pressure as Touch of Karma is not available. Maylol moves in, not able to really try and find any CC just yet. Peekaboo's kind of dead zoning him, moving back and forth. I think he wants to try and set up a kidney shot here shortly. No, he committed the kidney shot devices, so Peekaboo might need to pull back. Gorecki's going to Cyclone up. The Windwalker Monk and the Bells are trying to play to survive. try to hold on that ice block as long as they can, and maybe set up a swap to Maylol. I feel like he's really the only kill target. They're going to blind him, but he pre-bear formed it, so there's no way they can swap to him out of this. They're going to have to land a Ring of Frost or a Sap. They go for the Sap instead. They're trying to commit pressure to the Windwalker, but Touch of Karma is now available. I don't think they're going to find that opportunity unless they can offensively block or something to take it off. Kidney shot out of the Sap, and this has been like a 20-second CC chain, and the Windwalker's Monk health is going up. So SSJ Best World now finally under some pressure, gets cloned at low health. Well-timed Cyclone from Gorecki. Can they capitalize anything over to Maylol? No, Vices denies it with a double fear. Now they could pressure Jamili here with the Fist of Fury. Peekaboo trinkets out, cheap shots the team, tries to peel them away. Paralyze on Gorecki. Maylol moving in for the bash. That does get trinketed by Gorecki. Kidney shot now on Maylol. They look to reverse the CC with a Ring of Frost. SSJ Best World, though, answers it with the Touch of Karma. And I think it's a smart play. He committed the Touch of Karma to Peekaboo. That way there's no risk of it being ice blocked off.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually saw a nice play from Gorecki. He actually cloned, I think, the armbar from Maylol, so that was not available. They forced Touch of Karma, and Jamili and Peekaboo are in a better spot than they were like a minute ago. Actually, Peekaboo gets swapped to. I think he's going to be fine. Evasion is actually not available. DR Fist of Fury, but Gorecki spamming the regrows. Should be able to top Peekaboo very, very soon. He actually went for a drink about a minute ago, so that's why his mana is still kind of high. Of course, Maylol's mana is way, way lower. Now we see the Storm Bolts onto Gorecki. Pressures out to Jamili. He doesn't have Cauterize, remember, for a few minutes. Ice Block is, of course, available, so we'll see if there's anything they can do to kind of get some pressure on this team.
Yep, Jamili still has Ice Block. Cauterize, though, not available, so he needs to make sure that he uses that before he goes below 0 health, or he will die. Touch of Death is up, but they've polymorphed and controlled it very well now into a Cyclone, so not really able to capitalize too much, and they're just using the control of that Mage and Druid to try and extend the game, maybe into dampening where they can kill through the Fury Warrior self-healing, but No Filter's composition is just so tanky versus this setup. Triple leg sweep with Stormbolt, and Jamili just gets popped down to 4%, barely blocks, and now Peekaboo could get swapped to. Vices charges over to take him down. Gorecki's gone to a paralyze. Jamili's block is over, and Jamili's only got 20% HP remaining. Ironbark out from Gorecki, desperately spam healing through it. SSJ Best World trying to retreat for a couple seconds. He wants to wait for that Touch of Karma, make sure he's absolutely safe before he commits for the kill. Vice is getting polymorphed up, way out of line of sight of Maylol, and Maylol getting cycloned up. This could be the Touch of Karma required. They're going to commit it both defensively and offensively, setting up the double Fist of Fear, but Gorecki clones the Touch of Karma, and the Bells might be able to claw back to a victory. Maylol gets stunned on the tree farm. If they can follow up this kidney shot with any crowd control, they might be able to finish it. They don't have the crowd control available. Vice is getting cyclone. Maylol spam healing and tree farm. He's at full mana. Gorecki down to half. Peekaboo retreating back to try and get a clean reset. The Crackling Jade Lightning will deny a re-stealth. Good awareness from the Windwalker Monk, but he's going to have to charge in if they want to stop him from re-stealthing. Peekaboo positioned in the far side, gets a re-stealth. He will be able to stun lock the entire team here shortly, but there's the leg sweep. Odin's Fury gets committed onto Jamili, down to 40%. Fist of Fury follows it up. Gorecki stunned on his trinket, into the silence, into the fear, and No Filter are looking to claim victory. Jamili only has 30% HP remaining. Gorecki's fear has finally faded, but he gets half cloned out of the fear. Vices gets polymorphed, and Maylol, unable to dispel, gets caught into a cheap shot. They pull off the miracle, maybe here with a swap on a Maylol. Not able to find it, jumps into bear form, his entire team in crowd control, but fortunately holds onto his bark skin through that swap, so he will not be open later, and Jamili is in so much danger.
He's in so much danger. The tranquility from Maylol should be actually getting topping his team back up. Vice is under pressure and dampening is ramping up. The Fury Warrior is actually much more susceptible to this dampening because he can't heal himself. He's popping the enraged regen, which is going to heal him, but Jamili is at 20%. He's in execute range. He's probably going to go down as long as Vices can connect. Gorecki doing all that he can to actually top him. I'm not sure if he can. It looks like Jamili's going to survive right now, but not for very long. Full bash. Cauterize comes back, and I think Jamili's going to go down. The damage is so high, but Vices on the meantime is actually dropping so low.
Vices could easily go down, only 20% HP remaining. Can they pull it off? Jamili recovers. Peekaboo's down to half, and Vices is only at 24%. Vices gets cloned at 23%. Maylol needs to connect this Ironbark out of the Cyclone. Will he be able to time the Ironbark? No, he gets polymorphed. The polymorph could just end the match. SSJ Best World tries to turn it around, but he gets Cyclone. It's 3-on-1 on Vices. They re-polymorph again. Vices down at 20% HP. Spell Reflected Ironbark, full blind. Cheap shot on Vices, and he could just go down. 8-6, and he falls. The Bells find victory despite falling behind.